Well, 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 is this not a familiar face? This trade went down a few hours ago, but I'm still wallowing in misery from the Vancouver Canucks elimination yesterday, so the video's coming out a little bit later. At the end of the day, though, the world will keep on turning, so we gotta keep on kicking and talking about the latest news, because the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Nashville Predators have just made themselves another trade. We have seen names get swapped around by these two organizations in the past. Tanner Jeannot, a lot of draft picks. The first time, Ryan McDonagh was sent over to Nashville. But the Tampa Bay Lightning have acquired Ryan McDonagh once again, and the trade return goes as follows. The Lightning have acquired McDonagh and the Oilers' 4th-round pick in 2024 from the Preds in exchange for Tampa's 2nd-round pick in 2025, and their own 7th-round pick in 2024. So if you're Nashville, essentially you are upgrading your pick status by acquiring a 2nd and downgrading from a 4th to a 7th, and the price is Ryan McDonagh. Pretty good trade for both sides, I'd say. Here's why. When it comes to Ryan McDonagh as a defenseman who is no longer on the Nashville Predators, unfortunately, Elite Prospects is going to have to update, me. Ryan McDonagh is making $6.75 million a year till the end of 2025-2026. He was a good player for Nashville. He certainly was. Good, shutdown, top 4 defenseman, but he is now 34 years old. He's turning 35 by the time June rolls around. And if you wanted to say that there's room for the Nashville Predators to improve their salary cap structure, getting rid of a guy like McDonagh does help. Although it is kind of bittersweet, considering the fact that McDonagh was a good player, and he seemed to like very much the environment that was going on, and a lot of Preds fans really opened up to liking him too. But where one door closes, another one opens, because Ryan McDonagh has been on the record for stating that his time in Tampa Bay was some of the best hockey he's ever played. He really liked the Tampa Bay system. He liked the area, of course. So going back over there to a place that he's familiar and comfortable with certainly will be a good thing for him personally. And going over to a team where he has had success in the past, he has already won 2 Stanley Cups as a member of the Tampa Bay Lightning, and he had a 3rd playoff run where they went to the finals and lost to the Avalanche. There's some good history there. From a legacy standpoint, this is awesome for the Tampa Bay Lightning, and for the Nashville Predators, they're opening up some salary cap space and getting some picks in the process. Let's go out there and read the Tampa Bay Lightning website, because they had the entire article published over here. Lightning acquired defenseman Ryan McDonagh and a 4th-round pick from Nashville. The Bolts sent their 2025 2nd and 2024 7th picks to Nashville, acquiring defenseman McDonagh and Edmonton's 2024 4th in the process. The Tampa Bay Lightning have acquired defenseman McDonagh and the Oilers pick, yada yada yada. We've been saying this all. Vice President and GM Julien Brisebois announced today. Ryan McDonagh, 34 years old, played in 74 games with the Predators last season, recording 3 goals and 32 points to rank 2nd amongst Nashville defensemen. McDonagh led the Predators with a +19 rating and ranked 2nd amongst all Nashville skaters in blocked shots with 139, and average ice time with 21:47 and 23:24. The 6'1", 215-pound blue liner averaged over 5 blocked shots per 60 minutes, 5.17, for the 12th time in his career. That is a lot of blocked shots. My goodness. 5 blocked shots per full 60 minutes. That's crazy. A native of St. Paul, Minnesota, McDonagh has played 14 seasons in the NHL between the New York Rangers, Tampa Bay Lightning, and Nashville Predators. He has appeared in 928 NHL games, recording 76 goals and 389 points with a +246 rating. McDonagh was a Stanley Cup champion with the Lightning in 2020 and 2021 and tallied 1 goal and 13 points during those playoff runs. McDonagh is a former first-round pick, 12th overall of the Canadiens in 2007. He was selected as an NHL All-Star in 2016 and 2017. So this is a fairly good pickup, and when it comes to some of the extra things, Pierre LeBrun goes out there and tweets this: no salary retained in the trade, so that's very good for the Nashville Predators in their point of view. McDonagh, who turns 35 next month, has 2 more years in his deal. The Preds have a $6.55 million cap hit for Matt Duchene's buyout next season, so that was something to keep in mind. Yeah, sometimes these buyouts can really get crazy, and sometimes they're going to force you to do some crazy things. Matt Duchene getting bought out was seen as a very peculiar move when it was made, especially when you consider the cap hit of $6.55 million that'll be attached to the Predators for nothing, essentially, in 2024-2025. Some of these buyouts will have ludicrous cap hits attached to them in future years, so the Predators try to navigate that. They freed up $6.75 million a year, but they're going to have a $6.55 million tax on their own payroll because of that Matt Duchene buyout. So you could say maybe a move like this was necessary. Maybe you had to do this because you needed to free up that money. Meanwhile, for the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Lightning wanted to add a top 4D this summer. Going the UFA route likely would have meant more term than Tampa wanted to go, so 2 years left on McDonagh's deal made sense for the Bolts, and obviously they know the player well. This will be a popular move in the Tampa Bay Lightning dressing room. And so, with Ryan McDonagh himself liking the Tampa Bay system, with the Lightning themselves liking Ryan McDonagh, this makes a lot of sense when it comes to the salary. Sure, 6.75 is not a cheap amount of money, especially for a guy who's 35 years old, but this certainly is one of the safer options, I feel, that the Lightning could have gone down, especially since it was one of their goals to add a top 4 defenseman. Pierre LeBrun then went out there and said, okay, sorry, the buyout cap charge for Duchene next season is $5.5 million. It goes to $6.55 million the year after that, but the point is, the Preds have to account for that. So, then again, even if it is only $5.5 million, the buyout penalty for Matt Duchene, that's still a lot of money. That is still very, very significant. So Nashville having to navigate that makes a lot of sense. In fact, if we go over to the Predators and their salary cap structure, okay, the page reloaded. Great. It should say Tampa Bay now, right? Okay, no, it still says Nashville. All right, my bad. Let's go out there and take a look at the Nashville Predators. Okay, so they've gotten themselves $26 million in projected cap space, and when it comes to the guys they have to re-sign, there are a few notable names. I mean, Tyson Barrie comes to mind right away, but they didn't use him in the playoffs, so who really knows? Anthony Beauvillier, who knows if he comes back? Kiefer Sherwood, Jason Zucker, Jared Anderson-Dolan. There are a few guys here. And then for Matt Duchene, $5.5 million a year on that buyout, and then $6.55 in 2025-2026. They also have $4 million in retained Ryan Johansson's salary upcoming as well. So if you take a look at all these, I mean, Kyle Turris, Matt Duchene, Ryan Johansson, and Matthias Ekholm, if you wanted to add him on there too. That is $11 million in dead cap for 2024-2025 for the Nashville Predators. No wonder they wanted to go out there and free up some salary, because they kind of had no choice but to do that. So, all in all, the Preds, I mean, they're a team that's trying to get younger anyway. We saw in their playoff run, they do have a lot of older guys. They do have a lot of veterans. It's not a bad thing, what they have constructed. It's just there is room for improvement going into the long term, because especially a guy like Ryan McDonagh wouldn't really project to being useful in that respect. I mean, he's 34 already. He's probably going to retire within the next 5 years or so. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this trade that just went down. Ryan McDonagh has been traded from Nashville over to Tampa Bay. Big deja vu here for the Bolts as they're getting themselves a double-time Stanley Cup champion with their own team. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this entire trade. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.